This is an accounts payable process. Most organisations have something similar, and it usually consumes a lot of employee time. Many organisations have applied automation to solve this problem, and have saved a great deal of time and money as a result. But intelligent automation can only do so much. Humans are still needed for things like manually auditing invoices against contracts, and when intelligent automation is not able to fully understand certain invoices. Agentic automation uses technology like generative AI to significantly reduce the manual effort involved, and allows intelligent agents to perform tasks that were not previously automatable, such as auditing of invoices against contracts. Agentic automation can therefore drive even greater benefits for an organisation. Let's look at how Automation Anywhere can transform this process using intelligent automation, generative AI, and also process orchestration to involve humans when necessary. I've broken the solution down into 4 steps. In the first step, we will use intelligent automation to read incoming emails and categorize the documents by document type. Commonly, a single email account will receive a variety of different types of emails. So for this demonstration, we have invoices and another type of document sent to the one account. Let's look at how easily the automation logic can handle this. Firstly, we connect to the email folder. We then loop through each email and save the attachments to a folder on the computer. Then we loop through the documents saved to that folder, and we classify each document using an intelligent model that recognizes the different types of document. This is the intelligent part of intelligent automation. Normally this automation logic would be scheduled to run throughout the day on a computer dedicated to running automation logic in the background. But for this demonstration, I'm running it in developer mode so we can watch it running. You can see here it has already saved the email attachments to a folder on the computer. Let's allow it to continue and classify the documents. As the documents are classified by the model, they are placed into subfolders in the location that was configured within the automation logic. Different automations can then pick up the documents and process them accordingly. You can see that the documents have been correctly classified as either bill of lading or invoices. Let's look at the second step of our accounts payable process. In this step, we'll use intelligent automation plus generative AI to extract data from our invoices. Process orchestration is used to reach out to a human if assistance is required. The automation logic is again quite simple. We loop through the subfolder of invoices and send each document to an orchestrated process. That process involves an extraction step to extract data from the document and a validation step if a human is required. Again, this would normally be a process that is scheduled to run throughout the day, clearing the backlog whenever necessary. But we are running the process in developer mode here, along with some message boxes to highlight what is happening. Now that the documents have been submitted for processing, you can see the jobs running in unattended mode on 2 dedicated bot runner computers I have in the cloud. While the extraction job is running, let's take a look at the model that was configured to extract data from our invoices. These models for extracting data are called learning instances. There are pre-trained models for common document types, like invoices for example. Being pre-trained, they require minimal setup and can be used with your documents almost immediately. You can add your own fields to extract and can configure how each field is detected. Note that in addition to detecting fields based on labels used, generative AI prompts can also be used as a backup method to find the data. Some fields, like the description here, use generative AI prompts exclusively as the extraction method. Using a combination of approaches means you can extract almost any data from a document, whether structured or unstructured text. The same applies for table fields, where values can be extracted from tables that span across multiple pages. You can also define field and document rules. This allows you to do things like add up the table rows to ensure the total matches the invoice value. You can then route a document to a human for validation if the rules are not met, or if all required fields are not extracted. In fact, one of the documents we just processed has been sent for human validation. Automation Anywhere's process orchestration component can notify business users when they are needed. They can even interact with automation directly within their usual business applications, such as the ERP, CRM, or even Microsoft Teams as shown here. This is our business user Copilot interface. In this case, a task has been assigned to the accounts payable team to validate one of our documents because a required field was missed. The business user can quickly scan the extracted data, see where every value was extracted from, and can quickly correct any mistakes. In this case, some noise on the scanned document caused the OCR engine to misread a value. This can be quickly identified and corrected, which means the business still saves time even when documents are not processed straight through without validation. The data from each extraction process is saved to a folder where it can be picked up by the next step in our automated process. For invoices with a purchase order, we would typically match this data to the purchase order to determine whether it was correct. But this organisation also receives services invoices that need to be reviewed to ensure they satisfy the terms of our services contract. This is where the AI agent comes in. In the third step, the invoice data extracted using document automation is submitted to an AI agent to be audited. If any issues are identified, the AI agent will involve a human using process orchestration. Let's take a look at the automation logic. In this bot, we loop through each file of extracted data and we select the specific fields that will be sent with our prompt to the AI agent. We then call a child bot to query our AI agent. Let's take a look at the child bot that performs the audit. Here we are using Azure to host our AI agent, but you can also use GCP, AWS, and Automation Anywhere also have a solution available. The AI agent compares the invoice data to the relevant supplier contract to identify any issues. You can see the prompt used here. Let's now run the automation logic. It makes sense to bundle this logic into a single orchestrated process along with the data extraction logic, but we are running it separately here for demonstration purposes. The invoices that are successfully audited are passed on to the next step for automated data entry. However, one of our invoices has not passed audit and human review has been requested. Our accounts payable manager opens their approval queue in Automation Copilot, this time accessed via a browser. They can then review the invoice along with the audit analysis from the AI agent. In this case, the AI agent detected a non-approved charge. The manager declines the automated data entry, which in this case routes it to human users who can enter it manually and request an adjustment from the supplier. In this way, our AI agent and automation take care of the majority of the transactions and only reach out to humans when necessary. The final stage in our automated accounts payable process involves entering the invoices into the finance system using automation. This is standard robotic process automation, which is something Automation Anywhere has been excelling at for decades. Once again, we are running the automation in developer mode to view it running on our own computer. In a production deployment, this automation would be a scheduled job that runs on an unattended bot runner computer. In the demonstration, you can see automation of the entry of invoices via the user interface. But if a system has APIs available, then that would be the preferred approach, as API-based automation is usually faster and more reliable. Automation Anywhere can connect to SOAP or REST-based APIs and has connectors that make it easy to work with the APIs of many popular applications like Salesforce, ServiceNow, and SAP. Despite this being standard robotic process automation, generative AI also does have a role to play here. In the past, when a control on a web form was moved, the automation logic would often break because it could not find that control. The Automation Anywhere platform uses generative AI to automatically resolve these problems. When the automation cannot find a control, we can analyze the web page using generative AI to find the new location of the control. This makes automation via the user interface much more reliable and resilient to changes in business applications. You've seen how Automation Anywhere can transform the accounts payable process with intelligent automation, generative AI, and process orchestration. These same capabilities can define a new way of working across any process and any business function.